Hello, everybody. This is Stephen Whitfield with Drilling Contractor here at the 2024 IADC SPE Managed Pressure Drilling and Underbalanced Operations Conference in Rio de Janeiro. And with me right now is Mario Teixeira of Equinor, but he's not going to be speaking with us in the context as a person who works for Equinor. He's going to be speaking with us in the context of being a member of IADC's UBO MPD committee and as a member of the Gas and Riser Subcommittee. Now, those of you watching this video might be familiar with a video we shot with Oscar Gabaldon at the Well Control Conference of the Americas last year in New Orleans, talking about the launch of the IADC Riser Gas Handling Guidelines. And we'll provide a link to that video and all the information you might want to read about that in the description below. But what we're going to be talking about here is a presentation that Mario gave, part of a series of presentations that the subcommittee gave here at the conference on various concepts and practical applications that can pertain to the riser gas handling guidelines. And got a lot of attention here at the conference, a lot of raised eyebrows, so we think it'll be pretty interesting to sort of hear a little bit more about that. And we'll provide some information below on how you can access some of the papers that were presented as part of this. It's a lot of really interesting stuff, and we'll give a little brief overview here today. So Mario, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
So we're just going to go kind of 1, 2, 3 here. We'll start with this term, riser unloading. Now, there's a subsequent term of riser equilibrium that kind of fits within this, but I'd never heard of any of this, and it seemed like some of the people in the audience hadn't heard of it either. So tell us about what that is and sort of why it's sort of important for us to kind of know about that.
So when the guidelines were published, some of these terminologies were defined there, but they were not properly developed or explained. So the idea with the papers that we published this time was just to provide more background information about where do they come from and what is the relevance on them. So the riser unloading is a phenomenon that is reasonably understood in the industry but not properly defined. So we did that in the paper that we published this year, and the idea is that that happens once the equilibrium of the gas inside the riser is exceeded and the expansion of the gas happens in an uncontrolled manner.
So let's go into another concept that was kind of part of this too, this concept of riser gas tolerance. Can you kind of explain to us a little bit about what that is and why that's important to know?
So depending on the rig that you have in your, let's say, a fleet, you might have different equipment with different pressure rating. That system will have a tolerance, different tolerance for a certain gas volume inside the riser. So the idea with that terminology is to provide the background to the industry to properly risk assess how much exposure to that hazard a particular rig has. And the hope is that we can provide to the industry a better way to risk assess this hazard.
So there's also kind of a worksheet that goes along with this. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So the worksheet is a quick and easy way to calculate the riser gas tolerance for that particular system. And the hope is that we can, like I said before, allow the industry to better risk assess this hazard. So it's an easy way for us to quantify in a conservative way what the consequence of a riser gas event.
Well, Mario, thanks for telling us a little bit about that. So much information that you guys provided, and it'll be interesting to kind of see what more comes of all of this, all the discussion with academia and whatnot that might come of all this. So thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for visiting Drilling Contractor.